If you saw part one of building this bee shed, here's part two. Coming up, we're going to finish this thing. Hi, I'm Roger, and welcome to the shop, more or less. Actually, way out back behind the shop, back by the where I keep my beehives. And this is the bee shed that I've been working on. And I've got all three sides sided with the exception of the front. I'm using used siding from when we did a remodel on the shop building. I don't have enough siding to do the front, so I'll have to buy some new stuff for that. And I'll be getting that here in the next day or two. Well, I'll give you a little bit of a tour here, and in this video we're going to get this thing finished up and get some bee equipment moved into it. And of course we're going to hang that door. Okay, ready for the fascia boards. And what I'm going to be using here is treated 1x6. If I was building a house or a big garage, that would be a 2x6. It wouldn't certainly use a 1x6, but for this little shed, a 1x6 will work. And because I have a 20-degree pitch on that roof, I want to put a 20-degree bevel on the top edge of that fascia board. And what better thing to do it with than what I call the toy table saw. I bought this many years ago. I was working on a remodel job on a house, and I needed a quick, cheap table saw. I think I paid $75 for this brand new. It's not a powerhouse. It's not very accurate. And yes, I could walk up to the shop with these boards and rip them on the big saw, but I'm back here in the back 40 corner, pretty far from the shop. And I do have another big shed back here where I store some tools and stuff in, and this was in there. It was close by, so I'm going to use it. Yeah, I guess the question here is, how good is this blade? Been on there a long time. Don't even remember the last time I used it. That could also have been done with a circular saw and a auxiliary fence on it, but since this was close, I decided to go grab it. Now I need to get some measurements and start putting this fascia up. Okay, so it kind of looks like this when you get it on there. Well, I'm using 2.5-inch galvanized nails. Since it is treated wood, I always use galvanized, don't use regular nails because they'll corrode. And I'll now start working on the blocking for this, and maybe even get to the soffit. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I didn't have the stuff to do the roof. Don't have the roof sheeting or the felt or the shingle or the drip edge or the aluminum for the soffit and fascia, but I'll be getting that next week. But I had some time left today, and so why not throw some siding up? So I've got siding on one side here, and if you've never seen this color before, it's called Dirty Out of the Box. Many years ago, we remodeled the entire south wall of our detached garage where my shop is, and it's a gamma building, so it's covered a huge area. Because we were changing so much, we just pulled all the siding off of it, made the changes, windows, doors, etc., and then we re-sided it with new siding. All of the siding that we had taken off, we had stuck in a box, and it had sat out here in one of the sheds for, I don't know, it's been at least 10 years, maybe longer. Well, those boxes got wet. This does clean up easy. The bottom two I pressure washed, and they clean up real easy. So instead of trying to pressure wash the stuff and have it laying all over the yard, I thought, oh, I'll just put it up and I'll pressure wash it after it's up there. So that's the explanation of why I have this dirty siding. But it'll clean up. And now it's late on a Friday, and I am going to take the entire weekend off, go up to camp, have some adult beverages, possibly go out on the river, do a little boating, and I'll tackle this again next week. Well, as you can see, got a lot of the trim on, a lot of the aluminum fascia, the wrap around the rake boards. Now I'm putting on the roof sheeting, and nice hot sunny day, be a perfect day to put a black roof on. We're going to get going with it. Okay, I guess we're ready for some felt and some drip edge. Okay, putting the felt on is actually pretty simple. I'm using some 30-pound felt because I already had a roll, a partial roll. I thought I might as well use it up. I did pre-cut my pieces to length, made them a couple inches long, or I should say longer than they needed to be. And then after I get it down, I can just trim the ends off. I'm using the full 3-foot wide strip, and then a half strip, then on the other side a full strip, then a half strip, and then I'll put a full strip over the top on the ridge. And we're ready for some drip edge. Ready for shingles. And we have a roof. There's not too many things I hate more than putting shingles on, but by golly, we got it. Now I can go back to putting some more of that dirty in the box siding on. Just do a quick walk around here. I gave it a quick rinse off because that dirty in the box siding. I got a few stains on there, but a little bit of bleach water and hit it again with a pressure washer. It'll clean right up. And people are wondering how close I am to the bees. There's the beehives right there, and there's the shed. So no, they didn't get mad while I was building the shed. They were well behaved. This side here done. This is the side facing the west. And as you can see, a little bit dirty yet, but it'll clean up with a little bleach water sprayed on it. I just went over it real quick with the pressure washer out here, and or so there's the back side. So you might be wondering what this looks like from the inside. It looks like this. Everything's good to go. And I gave the windows I had taken off the other shed a real good test here, because I washed them on the outside with that pressure washer. And no leaks, so they do stay sealed. So the next step here will be to get some siding, and I've got my door trim cut, and I've got a coat of paint on it because I'm not going to aluminum wrap that. I don't have a brake, so I don't have the stuff to do it. So it'll just be painted. Just as a side note, we've got a real good fall flow going here with the goldenrod and fall asters in bloom, and these bees are busy. Okay, got my trim boards laid out up here, cut and painted, and one of them decided to really warp and twist after I painted it, so may not be using that one. I also put a top coat on the door. I may do something interesting with that center panel. We'll see after I get it hung up. Got a few ideas. This is called watching paint dry. As you can see, got the door up, got the trim around it, and got a first coat of paint on the trim. I wait for it to dry here, put another coat on it, have a little bit of refreshment at the same time. It's pretty warm out here. Went to go get siding for the front of this morning and found out that it's a non-stock item, but I can order it. So I did. I ordered 10 pieces. That was the minimum. It'll be here November 3rd. So I guess I'll be out here in the cold finishing up the front of this. But otherwise, things have gone pretty smooth. Had a little bit of a hassle hanging the door since I decided to use butt hinges instead of strap hinges. But being by yourself, you work things out. And I'll show you a couple other things here with Poland standing in. As you can see there, you got the door hung, of course, and as I pan down here and look, you'll see that I had to, what looks like was remove the sod, but that's not actually sod. What it is back here where I'm at used to be part of our container nursery. And if I just step over here a little bit, you'll see this landscape fabric that's on the ground. The grass and stuff has grown over for the last few years. And it's something I need to get torn out. And stuff accumulates on the top of it, and then it grows there, and then you end up with kind of a mess. So as you can see, it's about 2 inches worth there, and I actually had to take that out because there was a big hump on the stuff that had grown on the top, and I couldn't open the door all the way. In fact, if I open the door now, it will hit over there. I'm going to work on cutting a little bit more of that out because, like I said, I do need to remove all of that, and all the way back to probably close to where the beehives are. And it not just here, it goes over and over and over, and there's a big area over there that's just overgrown. Be a wintertime project. But back to the shed. Okay, did play with the windows a little bit since I was inside and it was mighty warm in there, and they do function. They open and close. I'll have to get some glass cleaner and clean the glass up a little bit just because. And as you can see, the siding here cleaned up fairly well. I need to hit it with a little bit of house wash or bleach water to get the rest of those stains off, but they'll come off. And over here on the front, I thought, well, if I can't get the siding, I'll put up the J-channel. Well, I don't have enough matching pieces of J-channel, so I'm going to have to go buy some of that too. But for right now, I'm going to get back to this. So here we have it, a bee shed. Okay, you're probably wondering, okay, how much did this cost? Well, $947 is what I've spent. That includes the 10 pieces of siding that I just had to order. But you also have to remember I already had a roll of 30-pound felt for the roof. I already had the siding for the other 3 sides and the corner pieces and that type of thing. I do have to buy a little bit of J-channel. It'll probably be another $12, $15. I already had most of the 2x4s for the floor. I did have to buy the pier blocks for the corners. I did have to buy the plywood for the floor. I already had the nails, so If you were looking to do this, everything from the ground up and buying everything new, especially right now since lumber prices have just skyrocketed. For example, this OSB used to be $13 a sheet, now it's $23. 2x4s used to be about $3.50, now they're over $6. So kind of gives you an idea how much prices have gone up. But I needed to get this done before winter. I didn't really want to wait until next spring just to see if prices would go down. Wanted to get it done, so got it done. It's unfortunate that I have to wait for the siding to come in and do it in November when I know it's going to be cold. We're in northern Illinois. The first part of November is usually quite cold, but that's, I guess, the end of part 2. I'm not going to wait all the way till November to post this when I put the last part of the siding on. Maybe I'll post a little update when I do that. But this is the end of part 2 and how to build a bee shed. And tomorrow's going to be moving day. I'm going to move stuff in here and get it all out of the little shed and possibly just knock it down and get rid of it, or maybe just stick a lawnmower or something in it for the winter and knock it down in the spring. But to see how things go. But if you like this, we always appreciate getting that thumbs up. It helps the channel. Of course, we're always looking for subscribers. Next to that subscribe button is a little bell. If you click that bell, you'll be notified when I post another video. Otherwise, I'm Roger. Not in the shop, but out in the back 40, next to the bee yard, by the new bee shed. See you in the next video.